Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Time to take that walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Hopefully this is going to be a treat. This is another one that my good friend Scott sent me in the beer mail package out of Rhode Island. This is Gregsbeerreviews Captain's Daughter. And they're out of Westerly, Rhode Island. I can't get any Rhode Island beers here in Virginia. I don't know what's up with that. It's kind of a small state, and I don't know if they're just hoarding everything that they make up there, or they're just so small that they can't produce enough to go out of the state. So I'm not really sure. Not seen any of the beers from Rhode Island down here in Virginia. So, but I do enjoy trying these beers that I can't get my hands on around here. So Scott, thanks again, brother. I do appreciate it. This is an Imperial Double IPA. According to Rate Beer, it says it's 8.5%. And that's what it's got on the can, so that is correct. And these, I think these come in a 4-pack. It's still got the little plastic ring on it. And he gave me the one with the dating on it. They're not dating individual cans. They're dating the 6 or 4-pack holders. I think this is a 4-pack. I'm not sure. It says 11/11 on this one. So 11/11, that tells me November 11th or November of 2011. I don't think it's November of 2011. So they're not putting the year; they're just putting the month and the day on it. As far as that's just a guess. So I'm gonna get this plastic cap off of this thing so I can get it. I don't know if I'm strong enough to do this or not. Now this is on there. So, and I like these ones that cover the top of the can. These caps. It's good for the environment. You don't see a lot of geese or ducks or whatever can get their get their necks inside the little plastic 6-pack or 4-pack holders, and they end up strangling and all that. It's very environmental friendly for plastic anyway. I mean, plastic is plastic, and it'll probably be around for 1,000 years, but still, it's not harmful to the wildlife, which is a good thing. So I'm all for that. So looking forward to this one. All the double IPAs are usually fairly tasty, and whether it's something that's done locally or something like this one that's out of Rhode Island, I do enjoy most of them. They're a little bit bigger in the taste and a little bit bigger in the flavor. Hopefully at 8.5% it's not going to be too boozy. So I don't have the IBUs for this beer. It's not listed on either site. But it says here availability is limited, brewed once. Maybe they only done this one time. So, like I said, not familiar with this brewery. I think I have one more from this brewery in there that he sent me, and it's a pale ale, I think. We may get to that one tomorrow, the next day, and see what that one's about. But this one is their double from Gray Sail. So let's go over to the food pairings. Don't want to flap my gums too much. Food pairing cuisines: barbecue cheeses, peppery, Monterey, pepper jack, shark blue, pungent cheeses, and the meat is game, grilled meat and salmon. Glassware snifter tulip, oversized wine glass. I got the double. And it says can be cellared under the proper conditions. I would not recommend that unless it's a super boozy beer. You want to drink these as fresh as possible. I do anyway. So, we'll pop the top on this and get it into the double glass. I have read that there is some sediment in the bottom of some of these cans, so It's not a big deal to me. Yep, I seen a little chunky go in there, so I'd say it's probably an unfiltered beer. And go over into the light, I would have to agree with that assessment. I cannot see the bulb through it. It is a nice tangerine orange color, and it's very cloudy. Very, very cloudy. With that pour, we got about a finger of head. Looks pretty good. And it's that time. Let's get a nose on it. Oh, wow. Wow, a very, very nice hot presence on this one. Wow, a lot of pine and grapefruit and pineapple. Wow, that's got an awesome smell to it. I am pleasantly surprised. Scott, is this one of your daily drinkers? I can see if it is, why. It's got a wonderful aroma. Wow, it reminds me of a lot of like a heady topper or something in that magnitude. It smells very, very good. Wow, makes me drool just thinking about how this is going to taste. So it's that time. Let's give it a big old sip. What do you think, guys? Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Scott. Thank you, brother. Now, it's got a bitter astringency to it. Not as sweet as it is on the nose. Definitely a heavy dankness to this beer. You've heard me say this before, almost to the cat pee quality. Heavy on that too. Wow. Pine, grapefruit, pineapple, oranges, mango. Heavy bitterness. I wish I had the IBUs on this. I would say this is probably between the 70 and 80 IBUs on this beer. Very strong bitterness on the back end. The nose is just a tad more pleasant than the actual taste. If I was judging by just the aroma that I was getting, I was going to say, man, this smells like a tin beer. But it's got a bitter astringency to the back end of this beer. Not that that's a super bad quality. If you're drinking a double IPA at almost a 9%, 8.5% anyway, you're going to get a little bit of that, but very pleasant though. I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised with the taste. The aroma, like I said, is a little sweeter than the actual taste, but still, it's very good. Just a little heavy on the bitterness on the back end, in my opinion. Not quite as much sweetness up front on the taste as it is on the nose. So, well, let me let the other half try it. We'll come back and do the final chug here shortly and see what we end up with this one after it warms up just a higher, guys. Stick around. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on this. This is very, very, very tasty. Just that strong bitterness on the back end. It's a little over bitter in my opinion. It's for the sweetness that's not there, and to have that heavy of a bitterness on the back end, it's not quite as balanced as it could be, but still overall is very, very, very nice. It does remind me of either a heady topper or a Stone and Joy by. This is definitely more danker than even the Stone and Joy by beers. So if you're into the dank, this will be the one to pick up. Final chug. Wow, very nice. The only stick in my craw is they're dating this. I'm pretty sure this probably comes in a 4-pack, and they're putting the date on the top of one of the things here. But if they break these things down and sell them individually, if you don't get the one that's got the date on it, you're going to be SOL. Like I said when we did yesterday's beer from Rhode Island, they might not sell singles in Rhode Island, I'm not sure. But if they do, that's going to be a problem. if you're lucky enough to get the one that's got the date on the top of it, you're okay. But if you're one of the unfortunate ones that gets the other 3 out of the 4-pack, you're not going to have any idea how old the beer is. So needs to have it on each individual can, preferably on the bottom, or unless they're going to put a sticker like this on each one of the tops of the 4-pack. That's just my opinion now, guys. I like to have my IPAs and double IPAs as fresh as possible. And not having a date on each individual can could be a problem if they're sold in singles. Like I said, Scott, you may post whether they're available in singles in Rhode Island, or you can buy these one at a time, or you have to buy a 4-pack of them. A lot of states are that way. They don't break them down. You know, it is what it is. So if that's the case, and then I'm going out of the state, that's really not a problem. You're going to have to buy the 4-pack to get them. So that's the only fuss I got about this beer, other than just a slight heavy bitterness on the back end and not having enough sweetness up front to match up with the beer. But overall, it's pretty damn tasty, guys. I do think this is an A beer. I'm going to give it to 9 out of 10. Probably should go with the 8 instead of the 9, since I don't have one on each individual can. But if you're buying these in Rhode Island and you can't buy them out of the singles, it's really a non-issue. You have to buy 4 of them, and they're going to have a date on each one of those 4-packs. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and give it to 9. It's pretty damn tasty. It's probably the best beer I've ever had from Rhode Island. So with that being said, we're going to go with a 9 out of 10. So Scott, thanks brother. Do appreciate it. It was very damn tasty. You're very lucky to get a beer of this quality in your area. I don't know if you can get the Stone or the Heady Toppers and stuff in Rhode Island. I know Heady Toppers are done in Vermont, so and they line up for that beer. It doesn't even get into the stores. They're lined up, and the truck backs in, and they about rape the guy that's delivering the beers to get the beers off the truck. So those guys have got a good thing going on, and I don't even think they hardly make it to the shelves on that beer. So very tasty beer, guys. Let's go over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 96, world class. Would not argue with that at all. If I was putting a numeric rating on this one, it would probably be between a 96 and a 98, somewhere in that area. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says no score. Requires more ratings. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They only have 4 guys that have done written reviews on this beer. So probably pretty limited as far as that. And it may be being 11-11 and a brewed once beer. They probably haven't done this beer before, and it's a new offering from them. So that's why it doesn't have enough ratings for them to do a score on it. So I thought it was pretty damn tasty. Like I said, I enjoyed this one thoroughly, and the other half did too. She loved it. So she likes these double IPAs just like I do, especially when they got the aromas and the hop presence that this one does. And it does have a massive hop presence. So if you're in Rhode Island and you can get this beer, or if you've had this beer, let me know what you think, guys. And we're going to see what we can get out of the fridge tomorrow. Come on back tomorrow. We'll see what we can get. Might get a 10. See you then.